On Monday, May 20th, Microsoft, Qualcomm, and many PC manufacturers came together to announce a wave of new laptops powered by the new Snapdragon X series of processors, including the top-tier Snapdragon X Elite. It's an exciting moment for Windows, with 14 laptops being announced today. All of these laptops are true AI PCs. If you thought Intel Core Ultra laptops were also AI PCs, that's not the case. These new laptops support Copilot Plus, a new set of AI features in Windows 11 that run locally on the device. These include Recall, a new capability that lets you browse your previous activity and search for tasks using natural language, plus things like Auto Super Resolution, Co-Creator, and new Windows Studio effects. If you couldn't keep up with all the news, we've collected all of today's laptop announcements for you below. First and foremost, we have Microsoft itself introducing its brand new Surface devices today. We already knew these devices were coming almost 2 months ago, but that doesn't make them any less exciting. Unlike the business-oriented models that Microsoft introduced earlier this year, the Surface Pro 11 and Surface Laptop 7 come exclusively with Snapdragon X Elite processors. Officially, these are being called Surface Pro 11th edition and Surface Laptop 7th edition. But that's not the only thing that's changed in these models. The Surface Pro 11 also comes with a new OLED display that makes the viewing experience much better than previous generations of the tablet. That's a big deal, considering the Surface Pro line already had the best Windows tablets on the market, so this update makes it that much better. Plus, there's a new Surface Pro Flex keyboard, which works both when attached and wirelessly to provide an extra degree of flexibility. Meanwhile, the Surface Laptop 7 got its first major redesign ever, finally shrinking the bezels around the display and rounding the corners, similar to the Surface Laptop Studio. This new model looks more modern than any Surface laptop has in a few years, and the rounded screen corners also help with that. Plus, there's a new haptic touchpad and an extra USB port compared to previous models. It may come as a surprise, but Dell was the most avid supporter of the Snapdragon X series at today's event. The company is going all out with a slew of 5 laptops to cater to basically all corners of the market. If you're looking for a laptop, there's a good chance that one of these is worth your consideration. First off, there's the new Dell XPS 13. This is a Qualcomm version of Dell's flagship laptop, which is a huge deal considering the XPS line has always had Intel processors. Seeing Dell so confident in packing the Snapdragon X Elite in this model is a great sign, and it results in a tremendous laptop. You have a super sleek lightweight design, excellent display options up to a 2.8K OLED panel, and of course excellent performance and battery life. This is arguably one of the best laptops announced today. If you don't quite have that kind of money, Dell also introduced the new Inspiron 14 Plus and Inspiron 14. The Inspiron 14 Plus comes with the Snapdragon X Plus processor, which still has 10 cores and great performance, but it's also much more affordable. It comes with a 14-inch Quad HD Plus display, quad stereo speakers, and everything you need for a solid experience all around. If you want something even cheaper, there's also the standard Inspiron 14, which features the newly announced Snapdragon X processor. It's aimed at a lower-end market, but it should still provide a solid experience. Finally, Dell also had news for business users with the Latitude 7455 and 5455. These are aimed at the mid to high range of the business segment, with the Latitude 7455 featuring a Snapdragon X Elite or X Plus processor, while the Latitude 5455 is available with just the Snapdragon X Plus. These are both 14-inch laptops with a 1610 display, including up to Quad HD Plus resolution on the Latitude 7455. This laptop also comes with solid connectivity, including USB 4, USB Type-A, and a microSD card reader. Plus, it's one of the few laptops announced today to include optional 5G support if you want a cellular internet connection. HP did more than just announce new laptops today, and it rebranded its entire lineup of laptops. Now, the consumer laptops will all be known as HP Omnibook, while business laptops will be either EliteBook or ProBook. The Omnibook series will be split into tiers 3, 5, 7, X, and Ultra, with X being a sort of successor to Spectre, while Ultra will be reserved for more experimental products. The business laptops will also be split into tiers, with ProBook including 2 and 4, while EliteBook gets 6, 8, X, and Ultra, with Ultra replacing the Dragonfly models. With that in mind, HP also introduced 2 laptops today, though they use the same exact chassis. They are the EliteBook Ultra and the Omnibook X, and both are powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon X Elite chipset, promising top-tier performance across the board, including 45 TOPS of AI capability. To emphasize the AI aspect further, HP has added AI logos to both of these laptops, and there's also an AI companion app, which is kind of like an app store for AI tools. Of course, everything you'd expect from a premium laptop is also here. There's a USB 4 port and a second USB-C port at slower speeds. Up to 2 TB of storage and 32 GB of RAM. Plus, they both use a premium aluminum chassis, so you're getting something that feels great. Much like its peers, Lenovo's announcements today cater to both consumers and business users. For consumers, we have the new Lenovo Slim 7X, which you may know as the first Snapdragon laptop to leak in images a few weeks ago. This new model sits towards the higher end of Lenovo's consumer laptops, and it comes exclusively with the Qualcomm Snapdragon X Elite processor, so you're getting top-tier performance here. The display is a 14.5-inch 1610 OLED panel with 3K resolution, and you also get high-end specs like up to 32 GB of RAM, 2 USB 4 ports, alongside a healthy supply of ports, and a 1080p webcam with an IR sensor. The new Lenovo Yoga Slim 7X starts at $1,699, which makes it a very premium product, even though the name would indicate it sits below the Yoga 9i. If you're more on the business side, Lenovo also introduced a Snapdragon version of its most popular ThinkPad, the new T14s. This model is, of course, powered by the same Snapdragon X Elite processor, and it features a 14-inch 16:10 display with multiple configuration options, including a 2.8K OLED panel if you want the best viewing experience. It also comes with up to 64 GB of RAM, a 1 TB SSD, and a 1080p webcam with Windows Hello support. Design-wise, this is a ThinkPad with its all-black body and solid connectivity, including 2 USB 4 ports, HDMI 2.1, and perhaps most importantly, 5G support. It's one of a very select few laptops to come with 5G support so far. Pricing for this one starts at $1,199, so it's a bit more reasonably priced. Acer also had a presence at this event with the introduction of the Acer Swift 14 AI. This model of the company's flagship consumer laptop is also powered by Snapdragon X Elite and Snapdragon X Plus processors. As the name indicates, this is a 14-inch laptop, and it's a pretty good one, based on our past experiences with other Swift 14 models. Oddly enough, Acer ditched the green and gold color combination for this one and just made it silver, so it's a bit more boring than the standard model. That aside, this laptop comes with a 14.5-inch Quad HD Plus IPS display with a 120Hz refresh rate, plus it covers 100% of sRGB, so it should look pretty good overall. There's also a 1440p webcam above that display, so you should have a pretty great calling experience combined with the AI-powered Windows Studio effects, including the new options included as part of Copilot Plus. AI is obviously a big focus for this one, so much so, Acer added 2 AI logos to it, one on the lid and one on the touchpad. Aside from the display and processor, the Acer Swift 14 AI includes up to 32 GB of RAM and solid connectivity, including 2 USB 4 ports for high-speed connections. Pricing starts at $1,099, making it one of the more affordable laptops announced today. Samsung makes some of the best laptops we've seen in the past few years, and the company is joining the fray with a Snapdragon version of its latest laptops. The Samsung Galaxy Book 4 Edge is a premium laptop with the Qualcomm Snapdragon X Elite processors, and it also comes with the company's signature 2.8K OLED 120Hz displays, which look incredibly vibrant and come in both 14-inch and 16-inch sizes. Much like other Galaxy Books, this is also one of the thinnest laptops around, and one of the lightest aluminum laptops on the market. Aside from that, the laptop has up to 32 GB of RAM and a 1 TB SSD, so there's plenty to love here. And if you have a Samsung phone, there are some features here that are brought over from the Galaxy phones too, like Circle to Search, Live Translate and Chat Assist. This helps Samsung's laptop stand out from the pack quite a bit, since Copilot Plus alone is available on all of these machines. Of course, you can also count on the super thin design and solid connectivity that Galaxy Books have been known for, making this one of the more compelling choices introduced today. Finally, we have Asus rounding out the announcements. Unlike the rest of the industry, Asus opted not to use its flagship ZenBook lineup for its Snapdragon debut, and instead launched a new Vivobook. That being said, the Vivobook lineup is pretty wide-ranging, and this is far from a low-end PC, while also being arguably the most unique of the models introduced today. For one thing, outside of the Surface Laptop 6, it's the only 15-inch laptop launching with the Snapdragon X Elite. And for another, it's the only one with a 16:9 aspect ratio. That's not something you see much of in general when it comes to premium laptops, so it's an interesting choice. Still, this is a terrific display otherwise, featuring Asus Lumina OLED technology and super sharp 2.8K resolution, so it's not like it's a subpar screen. Aside from that, the Asus Vivobook S15 includes a solid selection of ports, including USB 4, USB Type-A, and HDMI 2.1, along with a 1080p webcam with Windows Hello facial recognition. Asus didn't announce official pricing for the laptop, however. With all of these, we have a total of 14 laptops to kick off the Snapdragon X era, and they're all launching next month, which promises to be an exhilarating time. But even then, things are just starting. More Snapdragon X laptops are coming over the next few months, and that lineup is going to build up quickly. We're entering a new era for Windows laptops, and personally, I could not be more excited. Kindly like, share, and subscribe to the channel.